pinpoint it, but he can gallop like anything on the track.
Well, he couldn't be bred any better. Barathea out of Twiglet, so he's got that going for him.
It's got to be difficult to get a guide on because he has form on slow going too.
Well, the in-form filly is Countess Christie. Why don't we pick up tape of her just getting to the line last week? Here she comes, widest of all. This was a bit of a win. Simon, you were here?
Yeah, it certainly was a bit of a win, and Greg Hall's on board today, but you can see here Jimmy Cassidy down the outside, and look, I just think she's got to be given some sort of hope, and she found the line this day. She had plenty of challenges there. She wanted to find the line. She stuck her nose out at the right time. So I think she's genuine. She's got a guy with plenty of experience on board. Barrier 7, I think she's going to get a nice cut, probably one off the fence, so she's not going to be trapped too wide. Got to be a chance.
She's not going to get that far back neither. She's going to be a little bit closer, and the most important thing about her, she loves to chase, and if she's got something in front of her with 150 to go, she's going to knuckle down, Kenny.
I'll give you a little tip. She will get that far back.
Yeah, she's a big, long striding horse, and what sort of concerns me, she's going to need plenty of galloping room, which they don't really give too much of in this type of race.
I think Boulevard, the other filly, is a definite roughie with a chance through one reason, one alley. She raced near the lead. She's had bad alleys at her last two run, and cop my tip, she's the best roughie in the race. And he parting jester won the Wellington boot. 2 flash to go from a boot to a slipper.
I don't underestimate Graham Rogerson at all. He could do anything, Graham Rogerson. So, but the Wellington boot to the slipper just doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it does not sound right. Okay, I wanted one tip each, boys. What do you say?
I'm going to stick with Cullen.
Trifecta?
Oh, don't test me now, Redoubt's choice. I've got to go back to the paint, go back to the easel and figure it out.
Well, I was going to say one tip, but go and have a trifecta tip.
I'll go Catbird, Shogun Lodge, and now that Reduce's choice is out, I'm going to go with a line.
I'm going Catbird, Fabiano's son, and I'm going to throw a line number 3 because it's my favourite number.
I'm going for Shogun Lodge now in the Golden Slipper for John Marshall, Catbird second, and the roughie Boulevard for third. Hope you've enjoyed the preview. A break now, and then more racing on Sports Saturday.
On our Surf and Turf weekend, this was race 2, and the connections there at the presentation of the Queen of the Turf Stakes, won by Camino Rose. The jockey was Corey Brown, and that was a terrific afternoon to start the proceedings for Corey Brown as he comes up to the slipper, and he's looking forward to having a good race there too. But Camino Rose, race 2, the winner this afternoon. And after that stirring fight back in Jamaica, the Windies are keen to grab the ascendancy again.
Yeah, I've got the market here on race 3, Kenny, and I just wish I could find a horse with Steve Waugh's ability. It'd be a sure thing. Okay, here's the prices. Lawyer is odds on the TAB, $1.70 for $1 investment. Dansk has gone back to New Zealand. Lease is second favourite at $4.20, $15 for El Duce. Royal Voyage $11, $21 for Typhoon, $7.60 for LA Suez into $7.50. He's the third favourite. Strange is at $100, a roughie in the race, and that is the story of the Tulloch Stakes. Andrew Voss is up in the betting ring. Andrew, is he odds on up there, Lawyer?
Yeah, tomato sauce about Lawyer. Just before I update the market for race 3, Ken, now the news on the Golden Slipper will give you a full market rundown from the ring shortly, but right at the moment I can tell you that Shogun Lodge is of course the new outright favourite for the Golden Slipper, and in the markets right at the moment it is at 2 to 1 or $3. So Shogun Lodge the favourite for this afternoon's Golden Slipper. Now as for race 3, yep, tomato sauce about Lawyer, that's been all the way through betting. Now the other two in the market, Lease and LA Suez, there has been a little bit of support, but it's hard to see the favourite losing this one in race 3, Lawyer.
Is it, eh? I've got my money on Lease, so I hope it's not too hard to see him getting beaten. Radio Simon Marshall's behind the barrier. Simon.
I can tell you Lease looks exceptional too, Kenny. Could not fold him at all. He's just broken up a little bit down the shoulder. Lawyer, he's lovely and relaxed. Shane's just giving him a jig jog now as he's about to load him up. He'll be the first horse to go in. I can tell you El Deuce looks fine. Couldn't fold him whatsoever. Royal Voyage, he's a strong Danehill type of horse, and looks as though he's tightened up a bit. I remember this horse in Melbourne. He was always a little bit puppy fat, if you like, and he's really made into a horse since coming up to Sydney. Typhoon from the Anthony Cummings stables, couldn't fault, nice and fit. LA Suez from Bart Cummings' stable. Yes, a very fit horse, number 7, with Corey Brown on board, winning the second race, of course. And number 8, Strange. He, with Rodney Quinn on, well, couldn't fold him. He's just sweating up a little bit more than normal, I suppose. But in a nutshell, Kenny, at least looks good for mine.
Okay, thank you, Simon. A few of the professionals have already told me that they want to favour horses near the rails after watching the first two races. Right, Lawyer is $1.60 on the tote. The firmer on the tote, as you can see in those market movers, was Lease, who's now a clear-cut second favourite. That was Royal Voyage. You just saw go in with the gold red sleeves and the pale blue cap. He ran about a little bit here last week, and Glenn Voss is riding him today. He's drawn the outside of the field. They're about to go. Here's Terry Bailey.
The last horse we can think of to be scratched before a major race. They're off. And Lawyer near the inside away quickly in the NZRL. Duche jumps smartly. Lisa's showing speed, and Strange one off the fence settling on the speed. Royal Voyage is wide. Will Boss go forward or will he go back? He's centre field and travelling deep. Getting back on the inside, Typhoon and LA Suez went out to last. On settling, El Duche's moved up and racing to the 1600 metres mark. The Kiwi went to the front from Lawyer. Dyer starting to restrain the favourite. A length away, Lease on the outside. He's a lot closer than most thought. Typhoon pulling hard on the inside of Royal Voyage. LA Suez well back, and Strange whipped them in as they swing to the back stretch at the 1400 metres mark, and El Duche taken to the front by Taylor, led by 2 lengths on Lease striding up. He's pulling hard against Cassidy. Lawyer has arched the neck, settling well on the inside. A length away is Royal Voyage. They are fair dinkum dawdling. Quinn's off on going around them. Strange, he's about to put pace into the race for the first time. Typhoon's pulled himself into the ground. He's back second last on the inside of LA Suez. He went that quickly, Strange. He raced to a clear lead of some 6 lengths as they raced to the 1000 metres mark. He's cleared out. He's gone further ahead, led by 7 lengths on El Duche. Lease settling a bit better. Lawyer on the fence, then Royal Voyage, and LA Suez going up. Brown going forward. It's a tactical race. He's 3 deep and he's up to 4th now, and 2 lengths to Typhoon. 700 metres out. Strange in front, coming back, led by 4 lengths on Loose El Duche. On the outside, moving up then is LA Suez, now being passed by Lawyer on the fence. Dyer's looking to come away from the rail. He's out and he's starting to run home quickly. 2 lengths away, Typhoon, and then came Royal Voyage. The Tulloch Stakes field on the bend. Strange in front. Lisa's looming up dangerously. Dyer's got Lawyer to the outside at exactly the right time, and he's chiming in quickly. Oh, he's travelling well. 2 lengths away then to Typhoon, LA Suez, and Royal Voyage down the outside at the 200 metres mark. Lawyer went to the front. Lisa's responding gamely the fence. They've come clear to fight it out. Lease the inside. Lawyer the outside. Cassidy and Dye. It's Lease the inside. Lawyer coming again, but Lease has gained the ascendancy. Hit the lead, and Lease wins it. Lease by a long neck on the line. Second is Lawyer, 4 lengths away. Third, LA Suez from Typhoon. Lawyer rather go again, pulling up quickly. Strange. Well back would have been Royal Voyage, and El Duche was last.
Yeah, we'll tell Andrew Voss to stick to the football. Number 3, Lease first, has paid $4.20 and $2. Number 1, Lawyer, second, $1.20, and there's no third dividend for number 7, LA Suez. As we showed you in the preview, or we spoke earlier rather, about Lease's good form in Melbourne, and here he was. Lawyer come at him, but Larry was riding him a bit quieter. When he went for him, the horse in the All Cerise found a lot more than Lawyer did, and even though he might have just ducked out a touch, he went to the line far better than his rival. Lease El Cassidy first, second Lawyer RS Dye, and third 7 LA Suez Corey Brown. And well, that's the first of the day for the Ingham brothers, the big Woodlands stud conglomerate, and well, they've got plenty of horses, and one of their better horses is that one there, Lawyer. Simon Marshall will now work his way across to Larry Cassidy. I think it could be a big day for Larry. He rides the Kiwi Nahayan in the next race. He's a stablemate of Sunline, and of course he's got top rides in the other major races. Simon Marshall, I back that. You make sure you give Larry a good pat on the back.
Yes, I'll give him a good pat on the back for sure, Kenny. Nice patient ride when you were challenged by Lawyer early on there, Larry, into the straight, I should say.
Yeah, they run very slow, and then that horse Rodney was Quinnon went sort of round and put a bit of speed on. I just stayed where I was and then started tracking up sort of from half mile, and when Lawyer come to me, I knew I had a bit left, so I thought I'm not going for you yet until I have to, and when I got the measure in, put a couple around him, it was a very good win.
It's nice when you trust the horse like that and they find that length under pressure, Larry.
Oh, it's great when you ride for a trainer like John Hawkes that gets them fit and hard, and you know you've got it there.
Well, you're running dangerous, mate. What about dangerous in the slipper?
I feel dangerous.
You feel dangerous?
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell, Kenny. He's on fire. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Simon. Well, the 2 men who pay all the bills are Jack and Bob Ingham. Bob Ingham's now with Simon O'Donnell.
Yeah, Bob's with me, Ken. Lovely, Bob. It was just, a 2-horse war, and he was the tough one.
I knew the right time to come back.
I mean, he's a good horse, Lawyer, and he just gave everything and was too good for him in the end.
Oh, yeah, it was a very good fighting win.
Good luck later in.
Larry rode him terrific.
And good luck later in that slipper.
Thanks, Simon.
Yes, Simon O'Donnell with Bobbingham. Bob and Jack, of course, own the Woodland Stud. They've put a lot of money into racing, and they've been rewarded on a big day. And as Larry Cassidy comes back to scale on lease, we'll go for a break on Golden Slipper Day on Sports Saturday.
Still to come on the show, we'll take you live to the record-breaking lanes of Brisbane's Chandler Pool for the drama of the 1,500 metres as Grant Hackett tangles with Kieran Perkins at the Telstra Australian Swimming Championships. And go back to the beach as the Ironmen and women battle for survival in the semi-finals at the Carlton and United Surf Lifesaving Championships. At Rosehill Gardens, we'll find out if Ty the Knot can fend off his Group 1 rivals in the Mercedes Classic and run an expert eye over the main chances in the $2 million Golden Slipper. What a lineup, what a day. It's all coming your way right here on Sports Saturday. Well, there's the closing stages of race 3, the Tulloch Stakes there, and was taken out by Lease ahead of Lawyer, Shane Dye on Lawyer, and he was very confident of the horse doing well there, but not today. He came home second. Lease with Larry Cassidy aboard, and there's the dividends on Rosehill race 3. Lease followed by Lawyer, and no third dividend because of insufficient runners on LA Suez. Well, last night we had a very, very big rugby league match between Melbourne Storm and the Canterbury...
Well, there they are, the connections of Lease after the running of the Perrier Tulloch Stakes, the Ingham brothers, trainer John Hawkes, and all the happy people after the horse Lease beat the favourite Lawyer in the 1999 Perrier Tulloch Stakes. And now the horses are parading for the Ansett Australia Stakes, which is a Group 1 race for 3-year-old fillies of 2,000 metres, and there in centre screen is a New Zealand Oaks winner, Savannah Success. She's won her last 5 starts, Simon O'Donnell, but she hasn't run for a month.
No, she hasn't run for a month. That's probably the question, Mark. But look, Graham Rogerson, he's a shrewd trainer. I don't think that filly could look any better today, and she just keeps producing, so she's got to be up there as one of the top chances.
She's trained by Graham Rogerson. Let's hear what he's got to say about her. Has she done well for you since the run in the Surround?
Yeah, she is. I mean, it is a month between runs if you want to be critical, but she seems to be able to cop that, and she's done a lot of swimming in the afternoon as well as work in the morning, so I just hope that her class gets her there, and she's certainly well up to them.
Another Kiwi is number 2, Zola, to be ridden by John Marshall. She's been over in Australia for a while. Her form's honest, I think is the best way to put it, Simon.
Yeah, it's probably honest, and I think today she'll appreciate coming from the far lap to the Ansett Stakes back to her own sex, and she took on the Colts and Geldings last time, and today she's taking on the fillies, and I think that probably gives her a good each-way chance.
One filly who I think's got an excellent chance in the race is Nahayan, TAB number 8. Now, Nahayan has only won one race, but she was unlucky in both the New Zealand Derby and the Oaks, and there she is with the Sunline colours on of the McKee family, and to be ridden by Larry Cassidy.
Yeah, again, a filly that just looks absolutely fantastic. She's basically black in colour and just looks spot on. Her coat is absolutely gleaming. You can see it there on the screen. She is in exceptional condition, and when you see a horse looking like that, you're pretty much assured they're going to run a big race.
Yeah, and a few Kiwis over here want to tip me this filly, Scarlet Runner, a Kingdom Bay filly, to be ridden by Tony Allen, who won the Melbourne Cup on Empire Rose, and she's trained by Chris Wood at Cambridge.
Yeah, a filly again that looks pretty well, a little lighter in condition than what Nahayan is, but probably Nahayan has bigger fish to fry a little later on in this campaign. But look, Scarlet Runner looks well, a little bit on the toe. I'm sure will be ridden well by Tony Allen, who knows the horse back to front, has been on the last 3 or 4 runs, and got to be given some sort of chance.
Exactly 4 weeks ago today, this filly on screen now, Market Price, beat Sky Heights in a 1,600-metre listed race at Caulfield. And you know how good Sky Heights is, and Simon O'Donnell knows plenty about Market Price.
Yeah, certainly do. Look, the Peter Hayes stable, they're really doing well at the moment. They're getting winner after winner. Peter is making sure his horses are peaking at the right time in these big races. So I think as much as it's a first run up here in Sydney, got to be given some sort of chance.
You know why I want to tip you, Nahayan? I just can't believe how well she ran last start in the Randwick Stakes. There she is. She's holding off Tie the Knot here with Darazari pushing between horses. Now, do you reckon any of these fillies could do that?
Well, I think it's a key, and I mean, you're an old-time punter, old Kenny, you are. And the thing that you want to look for in these big races is actually horses stepping back down in class when they've performed against horses you would appreciate are better than them. And I would say Tie the Knot and Darazari are, but she really held her own. Back at her own age, her own sex, got to be an enormous chance.
You make a lot of sense to me.
Thank you, Ken.
Let's have a look at these tote prices and see what sense we can make out of them. Savannah Express is, or Success, I should say. She is by Success Express. She's at $3.90. $10 for Zola. Confer at $12. Zara Royal at $24. Crimson Flight won't run the distance, $75. Comarina from Canberra, good mare, $14 or filly. $13 for Lady Elsie. $4.60 for Nahayan. Yeah, that's acceptable to me. I'll dive into that. Scarlet Runner, one of the other Kiwis, at $19. Market prices value $8.10. Light Work at $24. No Alimony at $16. Zaza Bill at $21. And Royal Reply was scratched this morning. Right. That's the prices on the TAB. The man in the betting ring with the other set of prices is Andrew Voss. Vossie, you leave the tipping to me.
What about you, Kenny? You're solid, aren't you? 13 years ago, I used to do the price fluctuations for the Sydney Turf Club. 13 years on, I'm still doing the same thing, still backing losers. Now, listen, in this one, market price, number 10, it has been coming a point, probably been the strongest back runner. But if you are looking for value, one of the Kiwis, number 9, Scarlet Runner, there has been support for it in 2 or 3 points at good odds, double figure odds. So one to look out for, Scarlet Runner. Well, there certainly is a Kiwi invasion in this race, Ken.
Righto, Andrew. Yeah, he's a good bloke, and I'll tell you what, he's a cunning punter too. He backs a few winners. Right, as the fillies go onto the track for the Ansett Australia Stakes, let's take another break on Slipper Day on Sports Saturday.
Your child swim.
Gary Fraser, some people might think Quickstar's making up the numbers, but I'm sure you don't think that way.
Oh, no, I don't think so, Ken. I mean, I think the horse's forms have been pretty good. He hadn't had a lot of luck his last couple of starts, and probably should have finished close the other day.
Behind Shogun Lodge?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I think he's in there with some sort of chance. He's a lot of luck, like they all need that.
Gary's a horse that gets back a bit, but he can find the line, and
yeah,
a lot of slippers are won that way.
That's right, a lot of speed on, and well, who knows? If you're not there, you can't win it, that's for sure.
Simon O'Donnell, that bloke's one of the most underrated trainers in Australia. He's got Quickstar running in the Golden Slipper. Last start 4th to Shogun Lodge. Could cause a surprise. He'll be running on at the finish of the race.
I'll take your word for it.
Good on you. Another man who'll take my word for things, but mainly I want to listen to him at this moment, is Simon Marshall. He's behind the barrier with the horses.
Kenny, they just readjusted the saddle on the number 8 here, which is Nahayan. Larry Cassidy jumped off. He wasn't happy, so she just walked into the gates, and she's nice and forward. She's sweated up a little bit, but she's A-OK. Look great. Number 1, Savannah Success. Lovely looking filly. She's got a real pretty head about her. Number 1, Savannah Success, and it's looking great as she's about to be loaded in the gates now. Zola, number 2, could not fault. Either could confer number 3. Zar Royale took the eye a little bit, the Greg Hall mount. Crimson Flight, yeah, going to struggle a little bit in my mind. Just looks okay, though, behind the gates. Lady Elsie, she looks as though she's travelled up here from Melbourne. A-OK, looks 100%. Just sweated up a little bit like most of the girls around behind the gates here. Scarlet Runner, yeah, it's going to struggle a little bit, I thought. Didn't look like a bad type, though, the 9, in my opinion. Market Price has also travelled up well from the Hay stable. I know she's been here for about 11 days or so now, and just listening to Gary Fennessy picking his brain early in the week, she's been working with Istadad, who runs later on in the Mercedes-Benz, and has been keeping up with him on the track. So there's a little bit of late mail for you, Kenny. I thought No Alimony also looks sensational with number 13, Zarzaville. And that's how we mark them. We'll go back to you as there's 2 more to walk up.
Okay, thank you, Simon. And you can see Savannah Success is the firmer on the tote into 310, 480 Nahayan as the last filly's about to join the line for the Ansett Australia Stakes Group 1. Here's Terry Bailey.
310 Savannah Success, but market price, the big tip, the big tote tumbler. They're all in. Starter holding them, lights are flashing. Looked a good line from here. Bit of movement towards the centre of the line. Ansett Australia Stakes. Gates are back racing. Zazabel out wide, dropped back, and Little Zola won the kick. She went to the front. Scarlet Runner showing speed. Lightwork going up. Nahayan and also Savannah Success and Crimson Flight with the red cap showing speed. Market price about 7th on settling as Camarina travels up wide from Confer. Lady Elsie on the fence. Zar Royale, Zazabel getting back, and No Alimony dropped out to the tail of the field. Nahayan found the paint and crossed onto the rail to lead from her counterpart Savannah Success. The margin about a length. Scarlet Runner is third, no speed on. Bosses off on Camarina, whipping around them quickly. Crimson Flight 5th. Zola inside of Lightwork. Zar Royale with the head up high in the air, pulling very hard. They were followed by Lady Elsie. Market price in between runners. 2 lengths to Confer. Further back, No Alimony and Zazabel last of all. A good dozen lengths first to last. And Camarina straight to the front, short of 1,200 metres to go from Nahayan. Third on the inside, Scarlet Runner. Savannah Success is well positioned fourth. 2 lengths away is Zola, getting up on the inside of Crimson Flight. Well, Zar Royale was pulling the rider out of the saddle. He's had no option but to let her stride, and she's whizzing around them quickly. They were followed by Lightwork, being passed by Market's Price on the outside from Lady Elsie, Confer, No Alimony and Zazabel last of all. Inside the 800, and the leader is Camarina. Nahayan is close enough, if good enough, at a flanks the outside, and there's Zar Royale, 3 wide moving up. On the inside is Scarlet Runner. Savannah Success is beautifully poised. She's going around Nahayan. Nahayan's dropped the bit. She's the first, beat Nahayan. Something must have went amiss. She's going back through the field at a great rate. They were followed by Lightwork, Crimson Flight and Confer to the outside from Zola, and well back in the field, Market Price. In the stretch, Camarina taken on by Zar Royale. Savannah Success is under pressure. Here's Lightwork, one of the boulders on the outside, chiming in. No run, Scarlet Runner. Zola's about to get out from behind those and Confer down the centre. Lightwork hit the lead. Savannah Success is nothing but game. She's rallying. She's lifting magnificently at the 50. She's hit the lead from Lightwork. Savannah Success in front and wins. A great staying effort to win from Lightwork and Camarina. No Alimony was next from Scarlet Runner. Lady Elsie out wide on the track. Market Price, Zazabel. They were followed by Confer, Zar Royale, Zola. Then came Crimson Flight. Nahayan, something's gone amiss. She's obviously got a major problem. She was beaten at the 700 and has pulled up very, very quickly, well back.
OK, well, she finished a furlong behind them, Nahayan. Something did happen to her, and the numbers are 1, 11 and 6. Savannah Success, favourite, $3.50 and $2 the place. That's 6 in a row to this very, very good filly. Lightwork, $6.90. Camarina, $3.80. And by golly, that was an exciting finish. Right, that's Camarina back on the inside, in front. In between horses in the maroon and white is the winner, Savannah Success, and Lightwork, who absolutely looked like swamping them for Corey Brown, is the widest in the cerise colours. But when the jockeys went for the horses, Savannah Success found a bit more than Lightwork and, well, just kept her head in front to win by perhaps a head, perhaps a short neck over Lightwork, with Camarina from Canberra hanging on to run third. There's the head on, or close to head on. Camarina on the rails, Savannah Success in the centre, Lightwork in the cerise 3 deep. And you'll see with Brian York wielding the whip, it's Savannah Success in the centre who wins the prize. Very, very good effort. She's now won 8 from 14, including her last 6, and I'm sure Brian York's quite excited, Simon Marshall.
Yeah, there's not too many days you see horses win 6 in a row, Brian. She's only tiny, mate, but she's got a big heart.
Exactly, Simon. Yeah, there's nothing of her, but heart gets her there, you know, takes her a long way.
Tell us about the run-in from the top of the straight. You were nicely poised when you went around Nahayan.
Yeah, when I went around Nahayan, I had a lot more under me than he looked to, you know. I went around him very easily.
Yeah.
And once we come into the straight, I said, I hadn't asked her for much. And when that other horse came at us, she just outstayed it.
She'll stay for the Oaks?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now pass more in the slipper, mate.
16 barriers, not a problem, is it?
Not a problem at all. You'll work that out. You'll go forward, you think?
Oh, we'll work that out, but I'll have to go forward. He's got some speed, so we'll probably go somewhere forward.
Good on you, Brian. All the very best. There you go, Kenny. You don't win many on horses like this, 6 in a row.
No, it was an excellent ride too by Brian York. He didn't panic early when Nahayan went around, and he was quite content to stay back third or fourth. He went across the leader's heels at the right time, and even when headed, he got to work with the whip. He earned his pay packet, and I think it was an excellent ride all round from Brian York on Savannah Success. She won the New Zealand Oaks. She's chasing the double here in Sydney, And there she is coming back to scale, being led by the STC racecourse manager, Mr. Lindsay Davies, who, of course, will hand her over to her connections. She's owned in Queensland by the Glen Logan Stud Syndicate, managed by John Hazler. And there is John with his wife Diane about to lead their excellent filly, Savannah Success, back to scale. She's now won Group 1 races on both sides of the Tasman, and there's not too many horses can boast that. Savannah Success, one of the best fillies of her year, probably at this stage to be considered the best, and no doubt John Hazler is quite excited. Simon O'Donnell is with the winning trainer, Graham Rogerson.
He's just about to go and give this filly a pat, and so he should. It was wonderful, Grant.
Yeah, she's a good filly, mate. I said don't touch her till the furlong and then go for her. You know, she just keeps finding. She should have won probably 10 or 11 races, just bad luck before, but now she's hit her straps. You know, it'll be a good race, the Oaks, her and Grand Archery.
Go and give her a pat.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, Graham Rogerson, that reminds us he has got an excellent hand in the Oaks, because Grand Archway's up here, and as Brian York unsaddles her rival, which will be Savannah Success, let's go for another break on Golden Slipper Day 1999. Well, the Group 1 wins are the wins that all owners, trainers and jockeys strive for, and that's why Brian York is quite happy as he comes back on Savannah Success. She's won a Group 1 race in New Zealand and now another Group 1 race here in the Ansett Australia Stakes. And as Mr. and Mrs. John Hazler lead her back to scale, let's have a look at what you're going to be paid if you were lucky enough to back her. $3.50 the win and $2 the place. Light Work $6.90. Camarina $3.80. The numbers were 1, 11 and 6. The Quinella in New South Wales was $69.50, and the trifecta was $1,159. Okay, that was race 4 in the program. The big one, of course, later in the day is race 7. It's the Golden Slipper, and here is the early tote prices. Now, Redute's Choice, as we announced earlier, is a shock late scratching, and let me tell you, without trying to develop any scandal, that the vets are very, very worried about the condition of Redute's Choice, and a lot more, I think, will be heard of it. Number 2, Shogun Lodge, is now $5.60 on the tote, a line at $12. Catbird is a surprise favourite at $3.70. Passmore at $46. Martree at $22. Dangerous at $7.90. Cullen at $20. TAB number 9 is Fabiano's Son at $11. High Rolling at $10. Quickstar $58. $42 for Majestically. Oamaru Rhythm was scratched on Thursday. Easy Rocking at $36. Countess Christie well in commission at $8.10. Boulevard is still big odds, $54. And over the page to Parting Jester, which has got a run, is at $95. And Dan Glisser, of course, was not required. Okay, Catbird favourite over Shogun Lodge as we leave Rose Hill and go to Kenny Sutcliffe up at Currawa.
Thank you, Ken. From the Slipper Chances to the surf boats, we're taking you to the action of round 4, heat 5 of the Open Boat Championship. Let's check the start.
And we might be wishing the best of luck by giving 3 cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Good luck, Mike and Power.
Well, those 3 cheers were for Might and Power, and there he is, the champ, who most unfortunately bowed a tendon during the week, and well, he's going to be off the scene for at least 12 months. But Alan Denham just told me he'll be back. He said he'll be back, and I'm sure everybody hopes he is. Caulfield Cup winner, Melbourne Cup winner, Cox Plate winner, champion. There he is.